Welcome, my viewers and subscribers. This is School of Biz Ideas. I'm glad to have you spend some time with us today. And it is my promise that your time is not going to be wasted. You will have real value spending few minutes with us this evening or whatever time zone you may, be in right now. Thank you for finding this time to be with us. I want to appreciate all our subscribers and appreciate every one of you that have kept coming back here. You give us reason to continue to push. I want to tell you thank you and to also encourage that where you are right now is a place that is committed to giving you the best. It's a place that is committed to bringing you to a point where you can boldly and confidently drive your businesses to success. School of Biz Ideas was born out of passion for making sure that startups do not have to go through struggles before they can finally find a footing that can lead them to success. Actually, it is our concern because we've discovered that there are thousands and thousands of people out there trying to make their business work, and it becomes a real situation when it looks like everything you are investing, every idea you are bringing on is not producing the kind of results you want. We have people in business who are, owners of families, and I feel your pain when all that you are doing doesn't seem to add up. I'm speaking from this particular point of view because for over 5 years I've gone through some experiences personally that has brought me to a place of looking for answers. In the course of looking for those answers, I stumbled on a mentor online, and through him I learned that business can be done in specific manner. Business can be approached with clarity, with intention, with singleness of purpose, and actually derive the kind of expectations you have. Working with him for just 1 year, following the things he teaches, taking them as instructional materials myself, I have brought my business of over 5 years to a place where it is riding on the path of success. And I believe that it can work for you. I am coming or setting up this channel, or we are setting up this channel because we don't want people to necessarily go through the kind of struggles we went through before you can make your business successful. Actually, if you take the ideas that we share on this channel and apply them, you would certainly, come back with good testimonies of turnarounds as far as your business is concerned. So once again, I would like to welcome you, and in case you are not one of our subscribers yet, I want to tell you that there are a few things you're really missing. So please turn on your notification bell and press that subscribe button so that at every point we make videos turning on some valuable content like this, you will be one of those that will be notified and you'll be able to take advantage of those information that we share. Thank you very much. This is Anefiok Ikurego. You're welcome once again to Biz Ideas. Today we just want to share on a matter I consider to be a major concern to quite a number of people that are in business. It is possible for you to actually are not really sure which particular business to step into. You have seen your friends, you've seen your neighbors, your colleagues, do one kind of business or the other, and they are making some good sales or making money from it, and it's attractive to you that, well, you think you can also make something happen there. But deep inside of you, you are not really sure. Should I really toe this particular line? Is this a route I would really want to take? This is the area we want to address in this particular session. So please pay attention. If you have your writing materials, you can actually pick up something from here. Okay? So that is what we're going to be dealing with today. Let us start this way. Consider business to be like a vehicle, an automobile. No matter how sound a vehicle is, no matter how tech, let me use that word in quotes, a vehicle is, no matter how beautifully designed a vehicle is, it does not guarantee that you will be able to get to your destination simply because you're driving in one of the most updated version of a vehicle. To a large extent, that you would get to your destination depends on the skill sets of the driver. So a good vehicle does not make a successful journey. That's right. That's what I mean to say. To a large extent, the skill sets that the driver has, how good the driver is in driving, contributes significantly to whether or not the journey will be successful or there will be an auto crash. So that also means that no matter how fine a business idea is, no matter how potentially profitable a business concept is, there is no guarantee that you would make it with that business if you, the owner of the business, the CEO or the manager of the business, does not have the required skill sets. So it is not a business in itself that makes success or failure. I would love to say to a large extent that business is neutral. It is neutral. It is the drivers of that business that decides whether or not that business is going to be successful. So for you to be able to take up a business and make it succeed, you would need to acquire requisite knowledge and skills. There are minimum skills requirements every entrepreneur should have. The only thing is that, unlike other professions, like, in the medical science, a doctor, in the environmental science, an architect, and of course other fields like that, before ever you are given the seal to practice, you ought to have gone to school. You ought to have been adequately educated, and you'll be put through various trainings, exposed to, experiments of different forms, tests and assessments, just to be sure that you are capable of handling the career before you are eventually given, the go-ahead in form of certification to practice that particular profession. But business seems to be an all-comers affair. If you went to the government, for instance, most of the time, all that you'll be given is just a certificate showing that you have applied for registration, basically a certificate of registration. And once you're registered, you can go ahead and practice. This is the major reason why 80% of those that start business fail within the first 4 years, according to the statistics. Okay? So, a good business idea does not make for success, even though it is an ingredient in the equation of business success. But more importantly, the capacity of the owners of this business tells much. It tells much in making the business succeed. So business can be likened to a vehicle. No matter how sound, tech, or beautiful it may be, it does not guarantee that you will get to destination if the driver is not equipped with required skills. I had to put down a few things here so that I can be able to walk you through a particular direction of thought, flow of thought. Okay, so that is just one, if you have taken that down. So a lot of statistics show that most businesses fail within the first 4 years. About 80% of them, I've already mentioned that. And the reason is not far to fetch. It's just that their owners don't even really know what they are doing. They have intention, they have interest, they have passion, they have drive. But they don't know what it takes to make a business work. And therefore the business seems not to work in their hands. And the funny thing is that a lot of people are not able to, clearly figure out the fact that this problem has to do with them as individuals. So because of that, they keep jumping from one business to another. And the fact is that until you have come to a point where you can identify that this problem is really you, you will just keep failing from one business to another. And it ought not to be so. It's a real struggle. People pass through different years. Different things. Some have actually brought in their hard-earned money, gotten money from friends and relatives and put into the same business. At the end of the day, there's nothing to show. It is not an exciting experience at all. That is why we are here to share it. So if you didn't hear it before, please hear it again. That you, the business person, you need some skill sets. You need some knowledge in order for you to be able to make any reasonable progress with your business. In fact, the day you discover this, you will settle down with just one business and implement the principles that every other successful person is using, and also find that you too can be successful in your business. So, businesses do not necessarily fail because of the business concept itself. It has a lot to do with the owners of the business. I want to ask the question here. Just in case you're wondering, are these skill sets or knowledge learnable? I want to also ask the question this way. Are other people successful in the same industry that you find yourself struggling? If the answer to that question is yes, it means that those other people have this knowledge. These other people have these skills, and you don't have them. If you had them, you produce exactly the same results as they are producing. Another thing I would like to add is that they were not born with these ideas. They were not born with this knowledge. Each person that you have found to be successful in business learned those skills, applied them repeatedly until they were locked in their system. So that is to say that it is also possible for you to go out there and learn these skills. Every business skill is learnable. Every entrepreneurial skill is learnable. Every person that is successful in business learned the skills, learned, the wisdom of making it work. And out of that, they applied it and they find that they could make success with it. So it is possible for you, okay? What I mean to say is that you can learn them. You can learn them. You can learn them. Somebody once said, if you know how to use the modern mobile phone, if you know how to ride a bicycle, check very well, you will notice that you were not born with those abilities. You at some point had to learn them. In the same way, you can learn the business skills you need to make your business a success. And by learning here, you don't necessarily have to go to a formal school. You don't necessarily have to go to a formal school. All you need to do is to find out what are the skills that successful business owners have. What are the skills? Amongst other things, marketing skills is one of them. Sales skill is one of them. And a couple of other collections of skills. So you identify these skills and get materials in this area from successful business people. And learn the skills also. And you'll find that success will also begin to come in your own direction. So, having pointed out that business is merely like a vehicle and that the owners of the business are more important than the business itself. In other words, the greatest investment you should make should not be into the business. It should be in yourself. No matter how much money you pump into the business, will not make it successful if you yourself do not have what it takes. So invest more in yourself. Invest more in learning what you need to learn. Because when you do, it will be easier to handle those businesses. So having made that point clear, let us come to, identify tips on how you could find the right business for yourself. Actually, in other videos, we have expanded on some of these skills that you would need to, learn, and also show you ways on how to go about it. All right. So, what are the tips in finding the right business opportunities for yourself? Let us put it this way. The shoe has to fit. The shoe has to fit, in the language of one of my mentors. What does that mean? Every one of us is designed with different interests. We are wired with different passion. We have different concerns. There are things that attract us. It's not everything we are really interested in. So, what I mean to say there is that you cannot use the yardstick of the fact that a particular business person succeeded in this business, that I too should go in that direction. In fact, how much money you can make out of a business should not be the very first criteria in your choice of a business model or a particular business. What you need to look at is who you are. You want to be involved in a business where you are delivering value to people. You are paid for the services and the value you are delivering. Of course, paid handsomely. And you are happy. You want a business that fits with your personality. You want a business that helps you function, and when other people are looking at it like you're working for you, it's not really work. That's right. You want a business where you are merely enjoying yourself. You're just having fun doing it, and people are paying you for it. So that is why we said the shoe must fit. You can't wear another man's shoe that is not comfortable and walk long distance with it. Okay? In the same way, you can't operate in a business that does not fit with your inherent natural personality and expect to run, for a long time with it. You'll soon get tired. You'll soon get bored. Okay? So one of the things you need to look at in choosing a particular business model, in choosing a particular business idea, or choosing a particular business concept is, who are you? Who are you? What is your interests? What is your passion? What moves you? What drives you? What makes you wake up every morning? What is the kind of thing you will want to go back again? Okay? Because the fact is that if you don't pay attention to that, these are some of the problems you're likely to encounter. Every business has its inborn challenges. If the business concept you have chosen is not something that aligns with your person, when you face challenges, you will run away. Some of the first ideas that will come to you is to give up. A lot of businesses that have gone under today, they were just faced with challenges, and it is normal for entrepreneurs to have challenges. It's very normal. In fact, what makes you relevant is your capacity to solve that problem and still come out on the other side. What makes you a success is the fact that you faced the war, in quotes. You faced the oppositions and you came out on the other side. Let me let you know that every business success that you admire today is just that a lot of them may not have the time to tell you all the stories. If you hear the kind of things they have gone through to make it to the place that they are right now that you are celebrating, you will have everything, whether you really want to do their own kind of business. Every business comes with its own challenges. Your capacity to stay through is because you have a natural passion in that area. Your capacity to stay through is because that is what you were made for. That is what you were wired for. If you were not designed for that and somehow you found yourself doing that because maybe it is attractive in terms of money or profit, when challenges come, you will run away. I remember when I started my business, some years ago for the first time, I seem to have been the first person to bring that kind of business to my environment. It wasn't up to 2 months before I found not less than 15 persons jumping in to do exactly the same kind of business. Some of them copied my branding, copied the information I had on my brand verbatim, just, trying to, because they felt there was so much money in it, they ran into it. But of course, when the acid test came, just as they dashed in, that is how a lot of them fizzled out. I didn't have the best of knowledge as at that time, but just because this was original, this was what I love to do, I had so much challenges, but I didn't give up. I stayed through to the point I could find knowledge that is helping me today. Okay? So that is what you really want to consider, to be one of the things to look out for. Number 2, if it is not a business that aligns with your personality, you will find that it's difficult for you to be creative in it. That's right. You will not be creative. It's for you going to be like more like, you know, a burden. It's going to be like just repeating same kind of activities every day. It's going to be boring for you. You won't find yourself being able to really create, you know, create anything new within the system, because it's not just your thing. All right, it's not just your thing. So for you to be creative, in other words, for the real person in you to come out and be mixed with the business, to make it even more, you know, dynamic, even more attractive, then it has to be something that aligns with your kind of person. All right. Another thing is that if it is not your kind of business, if it is not something that aligns with your person, then you will find that it's more or less like you're still in your 9-to-5 job. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. There is no release of your person in it, and you can't give your best shot in it that way. You can't give your best shot. All right. It's gonna feel like you are being forced into, you know, doing this business. So on the whole, what we are saying is, look at yourself. You need to study yourself. You need to study yourself. You need to know yourself. Okay? You need to know yourself to be able to choose right. So the question you should ask is, who are you? Who am I? What is your interests? What do you enjoy doing? Okay? What do you like doing that when other people look at it is more like work, but for you, you're just having fun? What are those things? What is your interests? What's your area of excellence? What's your area of excellence? Who are the people you admire in business? There are 1,000 other people that are doing business successful, but you just seem to find that you admire this particular kind of person. All this could be tips that are pointing in the direction of the kind of business you should be considering. So what we mean to say is that some of us are designed for manufacturing kind of business. We are supposed to actually produce products, all right? Produce tangible products. Some of us are wired for that kind of business. Some are wired for distributorship kind of business. Take something that is already available in the market space and add yourself to it, distribute it, and you have fun doing that. Okay, some of us are wired for that kind of business. You know. So you need to check which one you enjoy. I want to believe that these few tips has given you a head start as per what you can do or what you need to look at as fundamental to choosing a particular business idea, business concept, or even business model. As you put this to practice, one of the things that you will get is that you will land in a business that you are both profitable and you still find balance because you enjoy it. We don't have too much time on this planet Earth, therefore we should as much as possible enjoy ourselves, you know, the time that we have here to live. You must enjoy ourselves. So business should not be a struggle, but you will find that you'll be struggling if you ended up choosing something that does not work with your person. In subsequent videos, we will expand more on this and still give to you more tips that will help you in making such choices. But I want to believe that this has given you some eye-opening, privileges of making the right choices. Thank you so much for spending time with us today, and I will catch you in the next video. Just in case you are not subscribed, you still have the opportunity. Press that subscribe button, touch the notification bell, so that at every point we bring new content and new videos, you will always be notified. Thank you once again. God bless you.